Now, the protests have been on, and I think there is nothing the people demand but a reduction of cost of living. The cost of living had gone up, and everybody knows the government has a role to play. Everybody knows something went wrong, and the people are tired. The question now is this: what will the government do that will restore the trust from the people? What will the government, what will the president and his administration have to do now to restore trust? People no longer trust the current government. You hear the protesters call the president all sorts of names, and everybody is crying foul. What will Tinubu and his administration have to do now to ensure they will be able to regain the trust of the people? There are three things. Three things the government of President Tinubu needs to do. A speech as if worsen the situation. But if it's going to come up again, what will the people be expecting? What will he need to do? There are three things, among others, that they need to be done. Number one, the president or government need to own up. Number one, they need to own up. They need to tell the truth. They need to confess to the people what actually happened. Okay, now it's beginning to get to the awareness of people that in spite of subsidy removal, for the pump price of fuel wouldn't have gotten up to 500 per liter. It should have been 265 naira per liter, considering subsidy removal. So why are we paying so much now for fuel? If subsidy had been removed previously, though it was in the budget, and then the total removal of subsidy, it should have been 2 naira 65 kobo. So why did it go this much? It's simply because IMF and the World Bank impose on the government. If they are going to collect more loans from the World Bank, then there are certain conditions that must be put in place. And the government now declare their loyalty to IMF and World Bank because of the loans they were to collect. So NNPC came up and put pump price at 500 naira for some places, 505 for some places, 506 in some places. That is the main reason why it went up that much, and the cost of living had gone up. And since then, pump price had been rising and cannot come below 500. Now, bringing untold hardship on the people. So the president needs to own up that this is the reason why they did this. If they can justify why that should continue, then for people to understand, then no problem. But if they cannot, then they need to do the number two thing. So number two, if people will trust the president and the government again, then he has to bring down the pump price to 265 naira, which would have been the pump price. So it would have been going up and down 250, 265, 270, at most 300 naira per liter. That's what it would have been, depending on various market forces. That's what it would have been. So if the president should use his veto to ensure that NNPC brings down it from the 500 down to 250, 265, and then other marketers will also work within that range, then people will begin to see the president is truly interested in the well-being of the people. Then cost of living will also come down. Then number three, they will open the borders and remove all recent increase on tariffs. All increase on tariffs, and then the opening the border so that there will be free flow of trade. That will help to bring down the inflation rate. It will help to bring down inflation rate, and then it will also bring down the cost of living. And if that is done, every Nigerian will not forget the current president for responding to the yearnings of the people, the cry of the people, and then doing something to ensure that the people will fare better. Not appealing to the people to understand this thing when we're beginning to see that government impose certain policies to ensure that they please the imperialists instead of the people. So government must show loyalty to the people rather than imperialists.